Anyone there?
I bet that in a few moments, Brother Matthew will be dying to tell us where we can find the parchment.
Brother Matthew, the parchment, now!
Can't get any further with this parchment. But from what I have been able to translate, Brother Matthew may have been right in his letter.
Dear Bishop Perry, we found this parchment some days ago during the restoration work on the crypt of our old village church. Considering the paper's quality and condition, the document must be several centuries old. There is another reason why I am sending it to you. Strange things have happened since it was found. There have been 2 break-ins, and one of our brothers has disappeared without a trace. I am not sure whether this really has to do with the parchment, as we have unfortunately been unable to decipher the text so far. But I have a feeling that we are onto something really big and possibly very dangerous. Please, let me know as soon as you discover anything more about the parchment or its contents. Yours sincerely, Matthew Wakefield.
I will keep trying to translate this mysterious parchment for a little while. Hopefully William Patterson will be able to help me tomorrow. Medieval ciphers are his specialty, after all. No time, I'm busy.
Bishop Perry is not in his office. Please leave a message.
Bishop Perry. Yeah, this is Superintendent Falk. Ashford CID. Bishop, I must speak to you urgently. It concerns the murder of a priest, one Matthew Wakefield. We found his body an hour ago. Witnesses mentioned 2 men dressed in black combat suits. Wakefield sent us a message a few days before his death, which but that's not important at present. Now that he's dead, this message suddenly takes on a completely new significance. A very disturbing significance. Bishop, I must speak to you urgently. You could be in grave danger.
The line is dead. Wakefield was murdered? But that can't be. His letter... I received this letter from him only recently. Oh, damned window!
Red 3, take care of the target. I'll secure the exits. Confirmed, Red 2.
2 men dressed in black combat suits? They're looking for me. I've got to get out of here. And I must get this parchment to safety. I don't really know why, but apparently it was important enough for Wakefield to die for. God help me. Before I leave, I should find a hiding place for the parchment, so that these people won't find it on me if they catch me. The door is locked. I can't leave this way if I'm to avoid the people in the combat suits. The parchment that Wakefield the vicar sent me. I haven't been able to translate much yet, just a few mad paragraphs about divine punishment and the approaching end of the world. There's also a mention of a prophet called Zandana, who I've never heard of. Unlike Professor Patterson, I'm not an expert on medieval ciphers. I'm sure he could make something of it. The key to all important rooms in this wing. Reserved books are stored here. According to the list, William Patterson has reserved cryptographic symbolism, as has Dr. Lucy Forrester. Perhaps it would be a good idea to pass the parchment on to my friend William Patterson. I can trust him, and he is an expert on such scripts after all. It's entitled Cryptographic Symbolism. Good idea. Now, I just have to think of something so that the book doesn't fall into those guys' hands. Writings and pictographs of European religions. Perfect camouflage. I'll have trouble finding it here. And now to get out of here. I really must make sure that William Patterson gets the book before Dr. Forrester tomorrow. Both of them have registered for the book I hid, and there is a real danger that Dr. Forrester will get hold of it before William Patterson does. If I'm not mistaken, there's a faint light over there by the gate. Will I ever get out of here alive? That's much too high. I can't just jump out of the window. Dr. Lucy Forrester, Social and Economic History. The door is locked. I used to have a key when this was still William Patterson's office, but I had to return it after the move. Office. Our secretary has locked the door. Dutiful as ever. Well, now the door is open. Personnel files. Our secretary's desk. I can't see anything here that might be of any use. The timetable of lectures for this week. Perhaps I can use this plan to make sure William Patterson gets the book before Dr. Forrester tomorrow morning. Right, that gives Patterson time to get the book first thing in the morning. Only Dr. Forrester still poses a problem. I must ensure that Dr. Lucy Forrester does not have time to go to the library tomorrow during the first lecture period. Right, now Dr. Forrester will be busy with her earlier lecture. My friend Patterson, on the other hand, won't have any lectures tomorrow morning, so he will hopefully be able to take care of the book he reserved right away. Perfect. Time to get out of here. I'd better go straight to the police.
Yes, Dad, I know. No, I still don't want to go with you to the UN General Assembly in New York. No, I won't. I just need a few days vacation. No, it's got nothing to do with my splitting up with Max. Sure, I don't even think about him anymore. Who's Max, anyway? Yes, you're right, of course. I still miss him, even if he is a damned idiot. But it just wasn't working anymore. You know, splitting up was the only thing to do. Yes, I'm hoping the cruise will take my mind off it, too. Yes, thank you. Listen, I have to go. They won't wait for me. I'll get back to you at the latest when I return. Yes, same to you. Good luck and happy digging, or whatever it is you wish a geologist.
What? Are you traveling on this ship?
So this is my little kingdom for the next few days. It's no suite, but quite cozy. But I'm hoping I'll be able to spend most of my time at the pool anyway. My complexion could really do with freshening up. I will start with... That's not my suitcase. Apparently it belongs to someone called William Patterson. At least that's the name on the luggage label. Oh, great. This is starting out well. I should ask at reception. The suitcases were probably swapped by mistake. This suitcase belongs to someone called William Patterson, according to the name tag. And judging by these stickers, he must have visited virtually every country in the world. I don't rummage around in other people's suitcases. Besides, there's a combination lock on it. A lonely roller skate. Simon says this can take you on journeys to fantastic places. Nina says it's a wardrobe. I assume the captain can use the loudspeaker to inform the passengers if the ship has just sunk. A picture of a man in front of the Atomium in Brussels. I think it's the captain of this luxury liner. That looks good where it is. I was afraid there'd be nothing but a hammock, so I'm actually pleasantly surprised. Wow, that's really awful. Why do they call these things portholes? Never mind. The view is superb in any case. I can't open it. Maybe it's better that way. Otherwise, my cabin would be flooded after the first big wave. I keep practically my whole life in there, which is as it should be with a good handbag. I think even women should be able to survive for a few minutes without their handbags. I'll leave it here for the time being.
Hey! Ooh, hot bodywork.
Sorry?
So, are you enjoying the last days?
What?
Don't you read the papers? Don't you have a television?
Of course. Why?
Well then, you must know that we're all doomed.
Really? I wasn't aware of that.
That's all anyone talks about at the moment. Global warming, burning oil fields in the Middle East, and a bunch of natural catastrophes on top of those. And each one worse than the previous one. It can only be a matter of minutes before we all bite the dust.
What are you driving at?
That's obvious. In times like these, you have to complain. You just can't have fun. Let alone go on cruises.
Well, if you say so.
And then you get preached at on every street corner with this pseudo-scientific gibberish. When I see those would-be scientists in New York at the moment, full of their own importance with this UN business.
Now just slow down a minute. My father happens to be one of those scientists.
Well, we each have a cross to bear. For my part, I can only laugh about all this nonsense. And just enjoy it. After all, the prices for cruises and tourist trips have hit rock bottom due to all this panicking. It's just bad luck that I work in the travel industry myself. So it's just one last quick cruise for me before this brainless gibberish finally ruins me.
Yes, great idea. Basically, he's not far off with some of the things he says, but I still think I prefer the two "the end of the world is nigh" characters to this guy. Someone has obviously switched my suitcase. Have you seen my suitcase by any chance?
No, unfortunately not. And everything was fine with my luggage. Suitcase, backpack, and beauty case. It's all there.
Beauty case?
Well, sure. Even men have to take care of their beauty nowadays, but you should know that.
Thanks for the compliment. Did you hear anything about the accident at the harbor?
No, unfortunately not. Have I missed something?
No. What an idiot. I'll get back to concentrating on the more pleasant things in life.
Great idea. Have fun.
The large, bold headline on the front page reads, "The Final Victory Over Nature. How the Powers of the World Hope to Regain Control." It concerns the UN General Assembly taking place in New York in a few days to discuss the dramatic natural catastrophes of the last weeks and months. There's also something written here about the expert roundtables that are meeting before the conference. My father is attending one of those. This is for all guests on board, so I'll leave it here. That's not a very innovative nautical decoration. There's one of those in my father's museum. A cute picture of Noah's Ark. It doesn't look like it has much artistic value, more like it came from a children's book. The window is filthy, but strangely only underneath. I don't think you are supposed to be able to open it. The pictures hanging here are of supposedly famous people who have traveled on this ship. It starts in the year 1982 with the mayor of Hicksville. A beauty underneath a birch tree. Her name is missing. but she seems familiar somehow. Nice tush, by the way. The Queen of the Heath, 1986. I seriously hope she won the title owing to a lack of competition. I guess this is used to make announcements to the passengers. No idea where the porter is, but he must be somewhere around here, and I wouldn't like him to catch me. A bell. It goes ding-dong, or maybe ding-a-ling, in extreme cases possibly even just ping. It looks like a perfectly normal counter from the front. I can't say if it's any more exciting at the back. The counter is too high for that. It is clearly too high to see over or jump over. A bowl of marzipan potatoes. Marzipan potatoes are one of the best reasons for loving Christmas. The bolt really does stick out quite a way. The handyman in charge doesn't seem to take his job too seriously. That's encouraging. It's stuck in the wall. I can't pull it out. The restaurant is closed. He seems pretty downcast. Hello, everything okay with you?
Oh, hi. Yes, everything's fine.
It doesn't look like it to me. I thought everyone was always happy and in a good mood on cruise ships.
Sometimes you become conscious of the fact that your whole life can change in a matter of seconds. In those moments, you ask yourself if all your plans for the future really make sense.
Well, he seems a real moody character. If he's always like that. But maybe he has good reason to be so depressed. Does it concern the incident at the harbor?
How do you know?
A tragic story. Did you know the man?
No.
It was actually quite strange. He had spoken to me just a few seconds before, and then...
He spoke to you?
Yes. He asked me if I was going to be traveling on this ship, and then he was gone again, and then this accident.
Did he say anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Are you quite sure?
Yes, I guess so. Why?
Oh, it's not that important. This whole thing has just gotten to me, that's all. Excuse me. I just need a few minutes alone.
Okay, no problem. Oops.
I wish you a wonderful day, my good lady. How can I be of service?
I think I just...
Damaged the bell? Well, don't worry, I'll take care of it later.
Good. What I actually wanted to say is that there's a suitcase belonging to a certain William Patterson in my room, and my own is missing. I assume the two suitcases were mixed up.
Most regrettable. I will look into the matter immediately.
That would be nice. I'm sure Mr. Patterson must be missing his suitcase, too.
I don't think so.
Sorry?
You may not have heard, but William Patterson met with an unfortunate accident shortly before the journey began.
Oh, was he the man who was run over at the harbor in Hamburg?
Yes, what a tragic accident.
Is it serious?
I don't think it could have gotten any more serious.
Is he...
I'm afraid so. I will start looking for your suitcase immediately and bring it to your cabin. It was probably taken to poor William Patterson's cabin by mistake.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. I could actually go to bed now. There's nothing to be said against that. After all, I'm here to relax. The last few days were just a bit too much. The separation from Max... Nina, you're here to forget him. So don't start moping again. I'll just go to bed now, and when I wake up tomorrow morning, the world will seem a much happier and friendlier place. And my suitcase will probably be back too. It can't just have disappeared. At least, I hope not. Just 1 second, I'm coming. Isn't that the bikini from my case? There's a note attached with a scrawly handwritten message. The bikini top from my suitcase. This is the note that was fixed to my bikini top. The following text has been scrawled on it. Are you looking for this here? I also have the rest. Come and get it. How? Here's a little clue. They come from outer space, but seen from down here, that doesn't seem so important anymore. I don't know what this is all about, and whether whoever wrote it is just mental or actually dangerous. The question is, were the suitcases exchanged deliberately, and if so, why? A cute picture of Noah's Ark. It doesn't look like it has much artistic value, more like it came from a children's book. One of those mini carousels you often get outside supermarkets. This is where the bell was for summoning the porter, but somebody's broken it. Who can that have been? I'm afraid I won't fit in there, and I can't move it either. The wheels are missing on one side. If you look at a skylight from above, is it still a skylight, or what? I don't think you are supposed to be able to open it. There's no ice in it. Discussing the sense of having ping-pong tables on board a ship is probably as pointless as it is to argue about keeping a vegetarian cookbook in a slaughterhouse. It won't work without a ball, and if I had one, I still wouldn't want to play. Keeps you nice and warm during cold nights at sea. The sunscreen may be very chic, but I really doubt whether it's very effective. Looks comfortable. Calling it a pool is a bit of an exaggeration. Large bathtub would be more appropriate, but it's certainly big enough to cool down in. I just don't feel like bathing at the moment. A bell. No idea what it can be used for. The bell is screwed on tight. The wash basin is in a terrible state. The wash basin and faucet as well as almost the entire room, seem to have been ignored whenever renovation and/or repair work have been done. It dispenses soap. I wash my hands regularly. They're clean. The program selection seems to be defective. There's no laundry in it. There's a sign on it. The dryer seems to be broken. The steam is coming out of the pipe. The seal is probably broken. I'm not going to reach in there. Much too hot. The water smells of chlorine a bit. How much soap for an ice bucket full of water? That should be enough. Ideal for cleaning. Now all I need is someone who'll do the cleaning. The cleaning equipment is complete. Now I just have to find someone to do the cleaning. I can reach almost any spot with these. I've now achieved my main goal in life. Great. Even on vacation, I can't escape the role that this spiteful and unjust society has forced on me. Whatever happened to the achievements of women's lib? At least I'm being diligent. The skylight is clean again. The skylight is more like a sky dark with that carousel on top of it. I can't see a thing. There's a note at the foot of the children's carousel. You will find the last clue that leads to your suitcase at the back of the ship. Hey, what kind of a sick mind is this, sending me around the entire ship and writing me strange messages? Should I be seriously worried about this? It said that the next clue would be hidden at the back of the ship. Maybe that didn't mean a real ship, but this picture here. Maybe I should remove it from the wall. I can't see anything on the wall. The Noah's Ark drawing. There's a photo stuck to the back of the picture, the wrong way round, unfortunately. So I can't see the image. Simply ripping it off won't work either. It would probably destroy the photo. Okay, now I can remove the photo without problems. Oh, it's a picture of Max, my ex-boyfriend. A picture of my ex-boyfriend Max shortly after his skiing accident with his leg in plaster. If I'm not mistaken, that was also in my suitcase. Underneath the photo, someone's written in felt-tip pen, "Poor guy, he should see a doctor." Just wait. If I catch the person who's been spreading my stuff around the ship, I'll send him to the sick bay. This seems to be the ship's sick bay. The sick bay is empty, or at least there's nobody to be seen.
Congratulations! You actually did it!
What? Who are you? What are you doing here?
I'm Oscar, and you're Nina. That's right, isn't it?
Yes, but...
See, I never thought you'd figure it out. I made an extra special effort, but you are really good.
Made an effort? How?
With the paper chase, of course.
You mean you wrote all those notes, and you...
Yes. Great, huh?
You stole my suitcase and dropped my things all over the ship?
No, the suitcase was just lying around. I found it and read your name, and I thought you'd like to have it back.
Okay, let me get this straight. You just found the suitcase?
Yes, it was just lying around here all the time.
Did you see who brought it here?
No, no idea. But that's not important. What's important is that you won the paper chase.
I don't quite know if I should be relieved that there wasn't some psychopathic madman behind the whole thing, or... Well, the main thing is that the case is back again. But who brought it here? And why?
It was a great game, wasn't it?
Yeah, great. Do me a favor. Next time you want to play this type of game, tell me first. Promise?
Okay.
Thanks. And now it's time for bed.
Okay. Good night, Nina.
Sleep tight.
Here I was, scared, witless, and worrying about psychopaths and such like, and it turns out it was just some cheeky kid who wanted to have a paper chase. I think I'm showing the first symptoms of persecution mania. Maybe in the future I shouldn't look for a conspiracy behind every little thing, but after my experience in Tunguska, be that as it may, I should lie down for an hour and relax a bit.
Shut your mouth, or I'll kill you!
Well, how are you feeling?
I felt better. My head...
Don't worry. Everything's okay. You've just got a mild concussion. You should be fine after a few hours rest.
Have you caught the guys yet?
What guys?
Well, the ones who were in my cabin.
I don't know anything about that.
But that's why I'm here.
You're here because you hit your head on the door.
It was the other way round. I don't walk into doors just for the fun of it.
We're on a ship. You can easily be knocked off balance by a large wave.
Nonsense. Somebody slammed the door against my head. And what about the guys who were in my cabin?
What guys? Ms. Jordan said...
Ms. Jordan? Who's that?
Katerina Jordan is another passenger. I think she's helping the captain to fill in the insurance form.
Oh, really? Where?
In the restaurant, I assume. But you should have a rest first. Later, you can...
Have a rest? Yes, I can do that later. But now I just want to know why that stupid cow is going around telling everyone that I enjoy walking into doors in my spare time. I'm very curious to hear her explanation.
And then this wave came up and Ms. Kalenkov fell against the door?
You had better consider your next answer very carefully.
Oh, Ms. Kalenkov. It's so good to see you back on your feet. Are you feeling better? We're just writing out the accident report, and Miss Jordan is kindly...
Oh yes, Ms. Jordan is extremely helpful, and she just loves telling stories. Whether her stories have anything to do with the truth isn't really that important, right?
I don't understand.
Miss Kalenkov, you shouldn't upset yourself. It's bad for your health. I'm sure the doctor prescribed strict bed rest for you.
That would suit you. I would like to know why you tell such lies. Didn't you get enough attention as a kid?
Oh, calm down. You don't seem to have quite recovered from your knock on the head.
I am still clear enough in the head to know the difference between having the door slammed against my head and falling against the door, unlike you, apparently.
Is the pain still bad?
I'll show you what real pain is in a minute.
Ladies, I suggest we postpone the report until our next stop, when we have all had time to calm down a bit.
But...
I think a bit of peace and quiet could do both of you some good. I would suggest you both return to your cabins. Enjoy the cruise, and if it helps you and all of us to relax, just try to avoid each other for the next 2 days.
But I must say...
I think I've made myself clear, haven't I? Yes? I'm glad. Then I wish you both a pleasant trip on the Calypso.
Why does Katharina Jordan talk such a complete load of garbage? Either she just wants to look incredibly important, or... Now where is my handbag? I don't believe it. More stuff goes missing here than in the Bermuda Triangle. Surely nobody would just walk in here and steal my handbag. On the other hand, there was definitely someone in my cabin yesterday, and maybe Katharina Jordan has a good reason for telling pointless stories about my supposed accident. But why would she want to break into my cabin and steal my handbag? And there was this male voice. Never mind, I'll ask her in my own discreet way. Maybe there's a really simple explanation for this, but before I embarrass myself in front of Miss Jordan, I should definitely ask the porter first.